Hey!
Welcome to Rise and Shine, where we rise up and talk about the different current events that are happening in our world today, and we shine a light on them with a Christian and biblical perspective. And I'm Paula from Paula Passionately Proclaims, and this is my husband Andrew.
Hello.
And so we've got some news. We wanted to invite you to our table, and we've got some news articles for you, and we're going to be just kind of going through them and discussing. And what do you want to pray first before we get started?
Sure thing. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day, God, and let our discussions be on just Christ-minded, Lord, and let it reach people and do a positive thing for their day today. In your name, Jesus, amen.
Amen. So we are, if you can tell, we're all like super decked out for fall. Got my fall mug with my like maple flavored coffee, and so it's really full. And your mug is from Beacon Skiff.
Beacon Skiff.
It's from Syracuse, New York area, yeah. And that's really full. And
got it when I first visited you.
Yeah, he got it like as a souvenir at the gift shop where we went on. Pretty much it was our like first official date.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
We went to an orchard.
Yeah, we went to an apple orchard.
And ciders and whatnot, and
apple cider donuts and apple cider, and
they were good.
They were good. So, but anyway, so let's get into. We got a bunch of news articles, so let's get right into it.
Should I go first?
You can go first. You've got the phone in your hand already.
I suppose I can.
Unless you wanted me to go first, but.
Okay, sorry, I set myself a lot of things. That's not your chair, go away.
You might see our kitties wandering about. They rule the house, so. Fern and Oscar.
So this is interesting. The Teamsters. Do you know who they are?
No, I've never heard of.
Okay, the biggest union out there, so protect workers' rights and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I never heard of them.
So, in 2020, the Teamsters backed Joe Biden. They endorsed him.
Okay.
Because they're like, oh, this guy's, for the work, for the American worker and whatnot. But this time around, they did an internal vote for who are we supporting. It was 59.6% for Donald Trump and 34% for Kamala Harris. But
nice.
Yeah, but.
And what? Some people just didn't vote, or
now the heads of the Teamsters are like, yeah, we're not endorsing anybody, even though the majority of the people a part of the Teamsters union want to endorse Donald Trump.
So they want to endorse Donald Trump, but they're not endorsing him because of what reason? Did they give a reason, or?
That's like. Kind of the people below they voted, and people who are actually in charge of didn't like the outcome of the vote, so they refuse. It's like
so they don't like the outcome, so they're having a little baby fit.
Yes,
they're
having a pity party.
That's cool.
Because it's even in. I think it was Reagan they supported before. And
So
who
what
else?
is it that they don't like about Donald Trump? Like, that's what my question. Honestly, what is it that if you aren't a Donald Trump supporter, what is it that you don't like about Donald Trump?
You know what? I don't know.
Don't be crass in the comments, but leave a comment. Let us know what it is in all seriousness that you don't like about him.
How invested are they to outside influences? It's like if you're the Teamsters, you're supposed to be for the people. And that's who Donald Trump is. He wants to, he's wanting to lower taxes, and then he's wanting to put high tariffs on other countries bringing their goods in. So that would generate money. Before 1916, 1916. That's how America generated its money before income tax. They weren't taxing the people; they were taxing other nations, bringing their goods and services into America. That's how they built the country.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell you what's actually going on behind closed doors, but if everybody that's a part of your union go, hey, let's support this person, endorse them. They didn't get the outcome they wanted, so they went, no, we won't do it this time.
That's funny. That seems just like little children, kind of feeling sorry for yourself.
It's not going your ways. You're not gonna.
I don't want to play anymore.
I'm
kind of thing.
taking my toys and going home.
I'll take my toys and going home. Exactly. Okay, man. We've gotten really soft as a people.
Oh yeah,
in this world.
I read a lot of things that are just like, wow, I think we got soft because we allowed things to get soft.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't do that. That's mean. It might be mean.
But see, and that's the thing with Donald Trump, right? He's not soft. He has a soft heart, right? But he doesn't let that rule over him. He is, not that he's hard, but he is cut and dry. Point blank, straight to the point, kind of no muss, no fuss kind of thing. He's we're just gonna get this done.
Yeah.
And he gets it done. He's not so yeah. I don't know. I just I like that, and I appreciate that. And I think that where the world today is, how soft they are, right? I think that is the part that doesn't set well, or a major part that doesn't set well with our soft world, is how cut and dry, point blank Trump is. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It's just my opinion. But.
Yeah, we definitely are soft. That just popped in my head. If the Germany from 1939 came to our time and declared war, all they would need to do is win the war. The Second World War was misgender a few people, and it would be over. It's our grandfathers who fought in that war, way tougher than.
Maybe not put a tampon dispenser in the bathroom or men's bathroom or something.
But they're a lot tougher. I mean, it's they understood things are tough and not easy, and they just went about to get things done.
Yeah.
Even how society was. They didn't stand up for nonsense.
No.
it's like if a kid acted up in school, he got paddled by the teacher, then went home and got paddled by his parents.
I got paddled by the teacher once in school, and I was a child of the 80s, so, you know. And then, by the way, it was not my fault. It was some other girl's fault. Thank you very much.
The one that took your
Listen,
bracelet?
this is my necklace. Listen, this is what happened. Okay. Let's just be clear about this. So I'm in like first grade, and it was Valentine's Day, and my mom got me just a little plastic, like red heart beaded necklace. Plastic, right? And I had it on. I went to school. I was so proud of it. I loved it. You know, I went to school and I was showing my friends, right? And the teacher said that I was, you know, playing with it or whatever. So I put it away. I put it on the corner of my desk and I just left it there, right? Because I was like fussing with it too much or something, or on my neck and taking it on and off and whatnot. So I just left it on the corner of my desk. She could see it. I wasn't touching it. So the girl in front of me turned around and was playing with my necklace. And she took my necklace off of my desk. And I was talking to her about, you know, telling her to give it back to me and put it back. And the teacher caught me talking about the necklace with another student. And so I got in trouble. I got pulled out into the hall and paddled. And here I come back in crying in front of the whole class, right? The girl broke my necklace, and I'm all upset because she broke my necklace, and then I get paddled, and it wasn't even my fault. The necklace is broken. It can't be fixed because it's just plastic, and you know, my little heart is broken, and I was highly embarrassed. So, you know. Anyway, let's move on. So, Canada. Let's talk about Canada. Let's talk about Canada, shall we? Okay, so the military. Let me just open this up here so I get everything right. Here we go. The military paid $34.8 million for sleeping bags that were unsuitable for Canadian winters. Yes. Okay, so here we go. Right? Here we go. So they were sent on a joint mission to Alaska last year with bedrolls, sleeping bags, from the 1960s for sleeping. You know how you always saying the equipment is so outdated and whatnot. Yeah, well, here you go. 1960s. So what is that? Where are we in 2020? So that's 64 years old.
Yeah.
Or, well, at least 60 years old. Because before that, I mean, who knows how long that they were using them, you know. They could have been 1969, or it could have been, you know, 1961 or 59, you know what I mean? Yeah. And they just happened to be using them in the 60s. But anyway, yeah, so they spent $34.8 million on these essentially useless sleeping bags for the military. Yeah. So where is our money going? Where the taxpayer dollars, like, where is it going to fund useless sleeping bags?
Who made it? You could go to Canadian Tire or Walmart or whatever store. Go to where the sleeping bags are. And on the sleeping bags, it says good to minus. What? It's on the sleeping bag.
It's on the sleep. I know. Yeah. Like, I know. I figured this would fire you up. That's why I chose it.
Wow, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's not that difficult.
I know. So, okay. So they what does this say? In quotes, they found several critical issues relating to lack of warmth with the new GPSBS. I'm not sure exactly what that stands for, but yeah. And so they found them inadequate, and because they were testing them when they went to Alaska, and they were testing for the harsh Canadian winters, which you said can get sometimes or on the regular in some areas -40, sometimes up to -60 Celsius.
Yeah.
Right?
All depends how high north you get.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is for the higher northern.
Why?
Yeah, because this is the mission was an Arctic preparatory exercise.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like you right now you could go on Amazon, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's like that big. It's supposed to fit for emergencies.
Oh, yes.
And it's in a little orange bag, and it's good up to. And it's paper thin. It's like one of those space blankets, but a bit more durable, so you could use it as a sleeping bag.
Yeah.
But it's $20. It's where did you buy these?
And what's the temperature? What's it good up to? Or
I actually have to look.
I should say.
But they advertise as, hey, it's sort of showing people sleeping in the snow, just outside with this bag. So I'm it's not difficult to find a sleeping bag that could be good up to
but there is a difference between because it can snow at 40 degrees, right? You can have snow and it wouldn't probably stick, but if it hits 32 or whatever, this is Fahrenheit, it's gonna it's gonna stick, because will be 0, right? And then below would stick, but there's a difference between 32 or 0 and -40.
Yeah. Huge.
There's a huge difference.
So
I'm not done.
Okay, I was gonna look up the temperature rating for that sleeping bag.
Oh, well, I don't know. They didn't give the brand or whatever sleeping bag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they didn't. Probably didn't want to.
Probably made in China.
I'm not. I don't know.
And they probably had it rated for a California winter.
But so get this, right? Okay, so get this. You know how they were replacing the 1960s sleeping bags? Well, they requested that they be loaned 500 of the old Arctic sleeping bags from the 1960s because they were working and these new ones were complete garbage and not adequate. Isn't that funny? Yeah, I know. And but so at the end here it says that they are planning to order new sleeping bags for them for the appropriate temperatures. And so I guess they'll probably use these as the spring, summer, fall type sleeping bags or whatever. But yeah, I thought that was yeah.
Yeah, I want to quickly look that up. Take 10 seconds. Go away, work.
Go. I was wondering who that was that popped up.
That was work.
Okay. I thought maybe it was your friend wanting to play StarCraft or something.
No, it was work. Work likes to message me all the time.
Yeah, well, when you're off,
I'm off.
you can be off. So what exactly are you looking up? Oh, that's the sleeping bag from Amazon or whatever, the one that's in the orange bag or whatever.
Yeah. I have the tent version here.
This coffee's really good.
What kind is it?
It's called maple. I can't remember it was 2 words, maple something, but I can't remember what the second one was. Andrew got me this mug. Pumpkin Kisses and Harvest Wishes. It says it's cute. It's It's like, I thought you would appreciate that. And I do. But I have a Keurig. And so we get all these little, I like flavored coffee. He likes just straight up boring black coffee. But anyway, I like flavored stuff. And so we get this box of flavored coffees from Amazon. It's like a assorted pack. And I have a K-cup holder that it has like drawers. I think there's 4 drawers. And I think it holds 72 K-cups. And so, like, we have this thing where I ask him every morning, you know, like, what numbers should I pick? And so we'll do, like, the drawer number and then the row number and then how many far back it is or whatever. And then it's just, like, a surprise coffee every day. And so this time it was the maple something or other.
Okay. You know, it does not.
Oh, that's okay. We don't have to include that.
No, but I just wanted to know, but it's like, this would be better than what we got.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, your turn, my love.
I don't want to go.
You don't want to go? You don't want to go after that fine...
No. All right. So this was just posted about 20 hours ago.
Oh, so it's kind of like almost breaking news.
Almost breaking news. So they don't know who did it. They suspect Israel. But 37 dead and 3,000 injured from Hezbollah people in Lebanon and Syria got hurt, and the UN is all upset about it, saying it was violating human rights because they were in pagers and walkie-talkies.
Wait, what?
Like an explosive device.
Oh, ouch. You kicked me.
So apparently that breaks Geneva Code laws.
Okay.
Because it works as kind of an indiscriminate attack.
Okay.
Because those laws are set in place to protect non-combatants. But they're worried about a terrorist group, people getting hurt and dying.
Yeah, that's a little messed up. I mean, okay. I'm not for people dying. Okay. And, but, I mean, it is war, you know? Like, people die in war. Like, I might not be for it, but... I mean, God's not for killing either, but he makes allowances for war because he understands, you know, like, there's...
Well, that's why it's the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not murder.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Because it said...
like, even in some versions it does say kill, but if you look at the... original
it's murder.
Firm, it means murder, yeah.
Even like for that, biblically, it's like it says if someone breaks into your house in the heat of the moment, you kill him. It's not murder, but it goes if you let the sun rise, then do it. Then it is.
Yeah, because then
you had time to think
about it. It's premeditated. Yeah.
But if someone breaks in and you take that frying pan and clunk them in the head and
they die. Yeah.
It's like, well, you should have been in my house.
Yeah, your thought may have been just you want to stun them and get them like,
or just stop and neutralize the threat. If you
hit them in the right spot and clunk, they're dead.
Or all depends where you live in the states, the castle law, which I agree with.
I don't know if I know what that is.
So if someone breaks in your house, you're allowed to stop them by any means. So if you shot them.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that's what it was called.
Yeah, you're protected. You're defending your castle.
Okay.
If you have a wife
that
and kids, you're going to be like, I'm going to stop you now. Mm-hmm. But like it says that Israel didn't confirm or deny any connection to said, but I'm thinking these guys are shifty, and they probably, set it up themselves, and they did it poorly, and it went off.
Yeah, well, that could be because like even in the ads and stuff that you see, like the commercials and whatnot, like that's all acting. Like I have seen behind the scenes or whatever video footage of these children and whatnot, and they're getting makeup done and hair done and wardrobe and stuff to look
propaganda machine.
Disheveled and
go to any country around the world and there's a
it very well could have been set up by them, and then it went awry, kind of blew up in their hands, essentially. Blew up in their faces. Now, I don't know if that was necessarily the case. But
it's still getting investigated, so it's like, we don't know, we suspect, but it's like...
Yeah.
The people that got hurt by this would do the same thing.
Yeah. But either way, you know what side God's on, so... I mean, I'm just saying. Let's see. What did pop right up? Cool. All right. So, let's talk about this one first. I'm just bringing up the article here. So, last season, I talked about Boeing jets.
Yeah, they're very well made.
They are. They so are. And so this season we're gonna talk about Boeing jets. And okay, so Boeing was forced to land an emergency landing after passengers started bleeding from their ears and noses, and even some of them from their mouths.
Yeah.
Because of the air pressure, there was a sudden drop in air pressure, and apparently their oxygen masks didn't release, deploy, or whatever. Nothing worked. Yeah. So, and I think where they were 10,000 feet or something, I thought I read. I could be wrong here. But yeah, so it was a 5-year-old Boeing 737-900ER aircraft. Or is that 900ER? I don't know. But I don't know all about planes, so but yeah, so they had, when they landed, they took off, and they were, I thought that I had read about 10,000 feet, but I could be wrong on that. But they had to turn around, and there was medical personnel that, emergency medical people that stood outside waiting for them. And there was 140 passengers on board, and at least 10 of them were identified as needing emergency medical attention.
Wow.
Yeah. And let's see. Yeah, there it is. 10,000. They were unable to pressurize above 10,000 feet, it said. Yeah. So, and they were, I guess, 16,000 feet over Oregon is where they were.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why aren't they grounding all these Boeing planes?
I know, that's what I'm saying. They need to, either the company just needs to disappear, and disintegrate, kind of thing.
Well, unfortunately, they get bailouts. The government, you're going under, here's some more money.
Yeah, but they need to...
Well, they need to ground every single Boeing plane and inspect it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. But I don't know, like, because that last season when we talked about the Boeing planes, I thought that they said that they were going to do that. So are they choosing people that like are not doing a good job, or are they just like, you know how like sometimes you'll get like a used car or something, oh, they just slapped an inspection sticker on, they didn't actually inspect it. Yeah, or like what, like, well, like what is the deal here? Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm not supposing something necessarily, but I'm just throwing out ideas. Like, is this happen? Did that happen? You know,
pretty
like,
sure it was money.
But anyway, I
think you
think
a whole bunch of money saying, "Does this pass?" You're like, "Sure thing," because you just got a stack of money sitting in front of you.
Yeah, but all the people seem to be okay now.
That's good.
But yeah, that was that's what happened. Isn't that crazy? They really need to I'll let you go now. But yeah, they really need to get better at taking. Like, come on, people. Like, if the current people that are inspecting your jets are not doing a good enough job, like a top-notch job, because you are carrying precious cargo. Yeah. You're not just carrying luggage, you know? Like, you've got lives on there.
They don't care.
But that's what I'm saying, like, if the people that are inspecting these planes aren't doing a good enough job, a top-notch job, then they need to be fired and get new people to inspect. Go to a different company to inspect, if that's the case even, you know, like, well, I don't know, but that's...
I think there's money greasing hands.
Yeah.
And Boeing knows, well, I'll get, you know, billions of dollars for bailouts. So that money's going to go between all the bribes and all my friends, and we'll continue business as usual. Or they need to be like, you're not making any more planes. The top people in Boeing need all their assets frozen until every single plane they have is cleared.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that might work. You know, like, I mean, a little bit of incentive there, you know.
It's like you have nothing but the clothes on your back. And, you know, say...
Yeah, it's a bit harsh, but it would be incentive.
What's harsh is knowing that this plane isn't fit to fly and sending 140 people up.
Yeah.
What if something worse happened? What if there was a rupture?
Yeah.
Some kind blew out windows.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, just 140 people died. Our bad. Better luck next time.
Yeah.
It's like it's dangerous.
And why aren't I mean, maybe they are, I don't know, but why aren't it doesn't seem as though, anyway, that the planes are inspected on the regular. It just seems like, because if they, like, they should be inspected so that for like each flight, like, are the airbags, or not airbags, but are the airbags, are the oxygen masks going to deploy? Are the, you know, what,
yeah,
like,
checklists or the ABC.
They should have, yeah. Like,
I don't know. That would be up to the airline. So once that Boeing plane comes off the lot and they buy the plane, maintenance for the plane is up to the airline.
Mm-hmm.
But you think the airline should be like, we're not buying Boeing.
See, like, if I knew that if I was taking a flight somewhere, I would want to know what plane I was taking.
Yeah.
You know.
Who built this plane, please?
Yeah, exactly.
But if the customers say, we're not flying on Boeing planes, and people start refusing, that's could first affect the airlines.
Yeah. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if is it possible to know? Like, does it say when you buy your ticket, oh, this is a Boeing plane?
I don't
like
know.
it doesn't say, to my knowledge. Like I've never seen it.
I have never actually paid attention to that because before it wasn't really, issue of planes falling apart in the sky.
Yeah.
We got
Bleeding
2 wings.
profusely from your, like, jeez. Oh man.
My insides are now exploded, but I'm all right. The flight was comfortable. Lots of leg room.
Wow.
This is
Oh, that's
okay.
funny.
This is from last week, from the 12th.
Okay.
So, and probably find this funny. So Taylor Swift,
Oh boy.
yeah, is endorsing Kamala Harris.
Yes.
And she's like, oh, vote for her, telling her fans. But you gotta think, a person who made a career out of making bad decisions is telling you to vote for somebody. The proof is in the pudding.
Yeah. Yeah. But, alright, to be fair, like, everybody makes bad choices in relationship. Well, okay, there might be some people out there that have, they dated the first person they dated, they married, and they are still with them like 60 years later. But, and they're happy and whatnot. But most people have relationships that have had issues and breakups and things like that.
Yeah.
And so, you can't, she was very young, like, so you can't necessarily fault her. Well, I don't know, maybe you can, but like, you can't, it might have been her fault or whatever, but you can't like, just drag that through the mud. I don't think that's really fair. But it is a funny little, kind of funny.
I think it is. It's like,
but at the same time, it's not really fair either. So, but yeah, her music does, talk of all her songs or whatever, like her major hits and things they're about her past relationships and boyfriends and, breakups and things like that. So, I mean, that's the part that makes it kind of funny,
it's like, all your bad decisions. Vote for her. It'll be a good one, I promise. It's like,
Yeah, but see, and I also wonder how many, because there's a lot of Swifties out there that they are Trump supporters as well. So it makes me wonder how many fans she's gonna actually lose, like how much, by her coming out supporting Kamala.
yeah. What? See, there I'll be like, yeah, she supports Kamala. Don't lose her as a fan. Don't let that. It's like,
Yeah, but some people, that's true. But some people will.
oh, I'm not saying they won't. I agree with you there. It's like, okay, she supports whoever. But it's like, don't let that, if you enjoy her music, still listen to it.
Yeah, but some people like that will put like a bad taste in their mouth for that other person or whatever, like, and they might just, when they hear a song or whatever come on, turn that, she's supporting Kamala, blah, like, or whatever, like, because there's a lot of people out there, because now she's not doing it so much, but she started off in country.
Mm-hmm.
And there's most of country fans out there are Trump supporters.
Yeah,
And there's a lot of them, country fans, you know what I mean? And they all know her from when she was country. They know her from that as well. So like, like, I can't say that she's not going to lose some supporters there, some fans or whatever. But I mean, whatever, that it's your choice if you want to come out and say that you're supporting somebody, like as a celebrity of whatever nature. If you want to come out and say that you're supporting someone or whatever, it's your choice. And if you lose people like fans or whatever because of it, well, you know.
I think that's a risk someone in that spotlight takes.
Yeah, and probably about any decision that they make in life, you know.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this person does this, oh, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like sometimes they'll just like even what do you like? I like this, like personally, and it's like then you're voting. It's like you damn them or you don't kind of thing. It's like, It's like you may disagree with him. It's like, oh, I like your movies and this. I don't like where you stand politically.
Yeah.
And everybody's going to be biased on that, but it's like if we could actually just separate it. But sometimes when you go, I vote this way, this is why, you're like, oh. But
see, there's a lot of people out there that like are Trump supporters, but they're not just Trump supporters. They are, and this is sad to say, because they're a lot of them, a great majority of them are Christians, but they're Trump idolizers.
Yeah.
And when Trump becomes an idol to you, like, that makes it a bad thing. And you need to take a look at where you're at, where your heart is, and take a step back. You know, still support him, whatever, that's fine, but step back. Remove that idol from, you know, your life. You know, like, remove it as an idol. I'm not saying don't support him, but definitely
there's a huge difference. It's like where I see Trump is like he's actually wanting something good for the country. Mm-hmm. You saw it in the last 4 years he was running. You saw things improve, gas go down, groceries go down, unemployment at its lowest, like when he was in 50 years. Even during his last year with the COVID-19 lockdowns and everything, his numbers for inflation and everything else was still really good.
Yeah.
And it's like, now it's, I think I said this last time, takes, from 4 years ago, it takes a family of four, $14,000 more per year to maintain that lifestyle.
Wow.
That's from everything going up. That's from the inflation. So that's covering all your bases, mortgages.
Well, I guess it's no wonder you had to get a second job then, huh?
I think cost of living high in the States, come to Canada.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
But you would see the big difference. So it's like, he said he was going to do a whole bunch campaigning, and he got a lot of it done. A lot of stuff he said in his campaign, it's like, you shouldn't say that, because he did make fun of like a handicapped person, and I was like, oh man,
there's things that do cross the line.
It's like, dude, that's wrong.
Yeah.
It's like, that you can't say. That was, very inappropriate.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, he said that, but other things, it's like, to the point. But it is funny when he trolls people.
Coming from two trollers, I mean, That's how we met, actually, was trolling people online, like in a Yahoo chat room back in 2003.
But those people were being jerks, for one. They were just like, well, we're going to have to pick on you now. We didn't just like pick on, people just having a nice chat and being civil, which are the people just trying to start things up. It's like, you're a target, and we just went all out. Then you see like, you'd see who comes on and off. If you remember chat rooms, it would just like pop up a message, this person came online.
Yeah.
Like, it's like Salty Chips 19, and it's like, and they'll be making fun of it, and we're just like, go all out on them. It's like Salty Chips 19 left the room.
Yeah.
That was like a little bit, like a little victory. Like, yeah, that's
They
awesome.
left. Doggone it.
They need to bring back, if Yahoo people are listening, bring back your chat rooms.
Yeah, for
Totally.
real.
Just take them out of the archive, and
Yeah.
they were great.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man,
Because
they were.
Because any type of thing you could imagine, there was a chat room for it. Like, it could
Yeah,
be
and you can create your own too if there
and
wasn't
up
one
to,
already.
14 or 15
Rooms. Yeah.
on a topic. But you could be like, oh, fishing, bass fishing, and there would be like 15 different.
Yeah, like I remember seeing one on there for like stamp collecting and gardening and things like that.
Like
like
everything. So it's like, go back to that.
and they had so many like Christian chat rooms, which is how we actually
Christian chat room 14.
Yeah. But we don't. We'll talk about our story once one of these days here. But we don't have time today, so we. I think didn't I just cover? Oh no, you did. You talked about Taylor Swift. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my turn here. Oh jeez, I gotta remember your. Yay! I got it. Oh, doggone it! Here we go. There we go. Okay, so we were just talking about Trump, so we'll talk about him again.
Cool.
So like, unless you were living under a like rock that's like hidden deep down in the earth and like really deep, like we're talking like layers and layers of sediment piled on top, you would know that, you know, Trump has had now 2 assassination attempts. Oh, well, at least 2 that have been reported in recent times, yeah.
When he was in office, there was an Iranian attempt.
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
I don't remember, to be honest, but that was
in total
several years ago.
4 attempts.
Okay. Well, 2 recent. The one where he was shot and it hit his ear. Yeah, and then this one just about a week or so ago on the golf course, the golf club. Yeah. And there was shots fired and whatnot there. But this happened just a few days ago at a Trump rally in, let's see, where was it? I think I saw Arizona, I think. Where am I seeing this? I'm pretty sure it was Arizona. I can't see the Tucson, yeah. Pardon me. Okay. So on the stage, I don't know if you know about this. Do you know anything about
Okay. I might, but
so on the stage, just to give you a picture, like you have Trump, he's standing in the middle, right, at the podium. And then off to the side, there was like 2 groups of people. And just fans there, like Trump supporters, you know. And they were up on like the kind of near the stage platform area, right? And the one side was completely fine. And the other side had, like, there was a few of them that they started getting sick from like a mysterious like illness or whatever, and they had to leave and they had to go to the emergency room. There was at least half a dozen people. Now the picture that I saw showed, it may have been more, but the picture that I saw only showed about 20 or so people on the sides there. So at least 6 of them, maybe more, had to go to the emergency room after, and they were told that by the doctors and whatnot that it looked like they had suffered like a chemical burn or something, because they were let me just go through what they had asked if they were sprayed with anything, like a mace or pepper spray, something, you know, because they had they couldn't see anything with their eye. They were like blurry and red and burning, and even the one, like, they started to there was like bright light, like the bright lights and whatnot, they would really hurt and hurt the eyes, and then eventually partial or full on blindness.
What the heck?
Yeah. And so so they had to put like wet cloths over their eyes to, because of all the burning and everything, and it was just like really, really awful. It kept getting worse. They said their eyes were watering, nose was running. They started to feel really flushed, and oops, I just lost my page there. Started to feel really flushed, and the neck felt like that was on fire, and it just kind of progressed from there. And let's see. I took some screenshots, so I'm just kind of flipping through, making sure I get all the information correct.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing here. And so that's
notification.
Yeah, notifications. Yeah, see, this is how, like, this is the group of people that, so they were, and this is, this is the other side. And then Trump was, like, at the podium in the middle. And then there's this one that says that was now approximately 20 people that had become ill with this mysterious symptoms. Wow. Or whatever. Yeah. And it was shortly after the rally finished. And they were fine before, there wasn't any issues or whatever. And then the doctor had informed them that they had suffered from a chemical burn or something, wow. Symptoms or whatever. And, yeah. And let's see. Some people are saying that there has very similar symptoms to Havana syndrome, which have you ever heard of that?
No.
Okay, so I guess it came from Havana, Cuba.
I was gonna say that the only Havana I know is there.
Yeah, and coincidentally, in late 2016. Mm-hmm. Well, my goodness, what happened in 2016?
Yeah.
Trump again.
Yeah.
Yeah, going around with debates and things like that. And it was American diplomats that this happened to. It says the first affected U.S. intelligence officers and embassy staffers stationed in Havana, Cuba, in late 2016. And let's see. So what it says is it was initially, Havana syndrome was initially dismissed as mass hysteria or a reaction caused by psychosomatic causes such as stress. But they're saying that now that it may be a result of microwave weaponry. And symptoms are similar to those of a concussion or mild head injury. But like none of these like foreign diplomats, or not foreign, but U.S. diplomats, or anybody that would be stationed there, they're not having head injuries, likely, because if they were, they wouldn't be in the office. Okay. I mean, I need to just shove those words back in my face, because, listen, okay, never mind. Are you sleepy there?
Yeah.
So, and to date, Havana syndrome has affected more than 130 people. So, and the symptoms and distress, they're not only just distressing, but the after effects seem to linger for a really long time, and they will come back. Not that they will come back, but sometimes they like worsen like over the year, like will be worsened over years or whatever. And so the symptoms, it says in late 2016, deployed diplomats heard a loud piercing sound at night and felt intense pressure in the face. Pain, nausea, and dizziness followed. While the sound stopped eventually, some people complained of continued pain and dizziness, along with trouble concentrating. The symptoms were debilitating enough to interfere with their work during the period of deployment. And so they're saying in the years that followed, so it's a continual, many intelligence officers and military personnel reported symptoms such as confusion, nausea, disorientation, that typically started with a sudden onset of pain and pressure in the head and ears. There's difficulty concentrating, brain fog, memory problems, light sensitivity, sleep-related complaints, drowsiness, and insomnia. And then the long-term effects are migraines, problems with distant vision, squinting, recurrent vertigo, and nosebleeds.
That sounds delightful.
It does, doesn't it? So, not every, they're not saying that this is necessarily Havana syndrome.
Yeah.
The doctors aren't saying that, but they're saying that it looks as though it's from a chemical burn or something like that, a chemical. So they're saying that Trump, at his rally, that there was a possible chemical biowarfare attack. But here's the thing, that it didn't hit him. Mm-hmm. Like in the Secret Service or whatever said that he was fine, and that there was no harm, there was no direct harm or anything like that to him. Sorry, I'm just making sure I got all of this before I finish up here, because there was a couple more pictures. Yeah, I basically got it. Okay. So my thought is, are they now, they've targeted Trump twice, at least in recent times here. So now are they now moving to targeting his rally goers?
Of course.
So that it scares them into not attending his rallies or not supporting him at all.
Yeah.
Because, why else would they? Trump is fine.
Yeah.
So, but they're attacking people on stage next to Trump. Or was it supposed to be targeted to Trump and
messed up?
It messed up and veered off just a little bit, kind of like, the bullet or whatever. But if that was the case, that's again an act of God, that it didn't hit Trump and he wasn't affected by it. Not that I'm happy that I'm not happy at all that other people were affected. That's terrible. Exactly. But it just makes me wonder, there's kind of two scenarios there. Was it God protecting him again? Mm-hmm. Or was it, and that was done, like, that happened kind of like on accident. It was meant to hit him and moved over because God protected? Or was that an honest to goodness target on
the people? Well, I don't want to really make this comparison because, well, the left always does it. When Hitler was in power or going into power, there were people called brown shirts.
Yeah.
And the brown shirts were like, oh, you're a political opponent, and they would, if they knew you supported, they'll trash your shop.
Yeah.
They would harass people. Yeah. Anybody they were actually having peaceful political opposition, they would rough up. They would cause fights. In Italy, Mussolini, he had his black shirts. They did the same thing. They call Donald Trump a fascist, and his, people that support him racist. It's like, you're saying exactly what you're accusing of Trump, but you're doing it. I could 100% see that. I could see it escalating.
Yeah.
Because they are so afraid. Because more and more people are not believing the lie anymore.
Yeah.
They're like questioning. It's like, I don't see this.
Yeah. And I'm not holding Trump as like high up on this pedestal, like, oh, he's, I'm not worthy kind of thing. I'm not holding him up there like that. But the thing is that he has survived all of this, and not even just like these attacks, the gunshots, the whatever this chemical thing happened to be, or microwave attack or whatever it was, but he's also like come through the fire on all of the courtroom drama and stuff.
They're still trying to get on him, but he's
every single thing he's got, and so like it's like God's hand is on him, and like, why are these people like, don't they recognize this? Like, stop messing with him, because like God's hand is on him, and if you mess with him, you're messing with God and God's plan. God has a plan for him, and don't mess with it, because then you're gonna get God's wrath, kind of a thing.
I don't think these people that are doing this believe or even care about God.
No, I'm sure you're right.
But you definitely see, it's like, in all the history of the United States, you never saw a political opponent get attacked like this. Ever.
Oh no, well, not to my knowledge anyway. Maybe like way back, like 100 or 200 years ago, maybe there may have been something, but
like
but it wouldn't have been to this extreme level because there wasn't the internet. You know what I mean? Back then.
It would have been easier back then because it wasn't internet. Internet lets people know all of this. I can hear about this. Well, you can. There's all these platforms that let you see what's actually going on. Where in New York, they're like, well, there's no rule to actually prosecute him. Let's make a rule up so we can. And that's what they did.
Yeah.
They were like, are you serious? He didn't break a law, so you made up a law? Like Mar-a-Lago, they're saying, oh, he caused fraud. It's like, no, he didn't. Kevin O'Leary even pointed that out. It's like every single person that sells real estate does that. Everybody.
Yeah.
So it's like you would have to charge every real estate agent for doing the same thing. Saying, oh, it's worth more than it is. They all do that. Because they know there's going to be no negotiating room, and you're going to get a lower price. But if it's up here, it gets the price closer to what you want. And And when tax time comes, you go, oh, it's only worth this much. Because, of course, because you want to pay lower taxes. Everybody would do that.
Well, yeah.
Like, oh, no, please, it's worth way more than it actually is because I love paying taxes. Nobody would do that. Not a But I see all these tax on them. And you're like, they must really hate this man and what he stands.
Well, that's the thing, that it's not necessarily them. It's the spirit that is living in them.
Yeah.
That hates him because God's hand is on him.
And I don't know how the extent for Donald Trump's purposes, where it's going to end or where it's going to go, kind of thing. It's like, I don't know, but you definitely see it's like, God's using him for his plan.
Yeah.
And he's going to be, hopefully even after the plan's over, like for that point, that he still will be okay.
Yeah, well, I hope so.
And again, it's like you see all these attacks against Donald Trump, but people who support him are called fascists and racists and everything else.
Oh, yeah.
Why aren't you seeing the same thing against Kamala Harris?
Oh, I know.
Just if we're a bunch of crazy gun nuts who are racist, he thinks at least one person would take a pot shot at her.
The only thing is, I think stems at the fact that she's a woman, and that is why so many women are supporting her, for one. But there's also still a lot of people have a greater respect for the woman and how they treat women. You know what I mean? Like, there's still that respect out there, even though a lot of women don't deserve it. A lot of men still have that respect. Like, when I talk about that, I'm talking the kind of respect, like, oh, you don't hit a woman, you don't say like a nasty thing or whatever to like a woman, like to her face, or what to call her, like, you don't treat them that way. You treat them better because they're not women are better necessarily, but you there's a different level of respect. Like, how am I making sense?
No, you're making perfect sense.
Okay, because I feel like I'm just rambling or whatever.
No, it's like I could, if I have a woman friend, I'm talking to her completely different from a guy friend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. See, I was just I didn't know how to word it.
If I didn't see them in a while, I'll just say smile. It'll be like, "Hey, what's up, ugly?"
Yeah, and
we're friends, and I would never say that to a lady friend ever. That'd be devastating.
Yeah. And women wouldn't say that to another woman. They just wouldn't. Like, you might think it about another woman or whatever, but you're not going to say it. Like, that's just mean and hurtful.
In seriousness or in joking. Where guys, how it's like the stuff that we say to each other. If a woman said that to another woman and their friends, it would end the relationship.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like you talk accordingly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like guys will just trash talk each other.
See, I'm glad that I have you here to bounce that off of, because I would have just been rambling for like 20 minutes on like trying to make sense of it in my mind. Do you have one more? Or?
No, I only had the 3.
Oh, no, that's it. But that we just had 3 each. So
yes, we had 3 each.
Oh, okay.
But
I just didn't want to like keep talking and not let you go.
This is an election year for the States. Next year's election year for Canada. And we've said this before, to always kind of just like emphasize on it. Vote for who you want. Mm-hmm. If I was in the States and could vote, I would vote for Donald Trump and not Kamala Harris. Because if you're in the States, look at the last 4 years. She was vice president. And right now she's like, when I'm in office, it's like, you're in office now.
Yeah.
Change the things you're saying you're going to.
And especially now I realize that Biden hasn't like officially like stepped down from his position as president like at the moment, but I mean,
but she could do these policy changes.
But he kind of has, in a way, like they've kind of, not that he has stepped down, but they've kind of pushed him out. If you pay attention, they've kind of pushed him out. Like, you don't hear anything about him at all. It's all Kamala.
And he
like,
appears once in a while at rallies.
Yeah.
Just, this little one.
Yeah.
Don't say too much, Joe. But look at their track record.
Yeah.
Watch what they said in the past. Is it contradicting from what they're saying right now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And just, yes, do your own research. Look at what they actually stand for. Look, does it align with what you stand for? If it doesn't, don't vote for them. You may not like all their policies, but if the majority of policies don't sit right with you, don't vote for them.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a man or a woman, if they're left or the right. See what they've done in the past.
Vote for someone, though. Get out there and just vote. Like, don't, I don't like Trump because of some of his policies or whatever. Or I don't like J.D. Vance or whatever because of some of his policies. So you vote a complete opposite direction. Vote for freaking Mickey Mouse. Vote for somebody.
You can actually write that on them.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, just vote for someone.
Please get out and exercise that
your legal right. Exactly. Which is interesting because, speaking of, not that I had, but I just saw this in my browsing through articles and things, that Trump has stated that he's got a cease and desist order for any illegal immigrants that are going to try to vote illegally.
Oh, nice.
So that they will be in... Yeah, he's got it all set up. There was like a huge like quote or whatever from him, like all the wording of the contract, of like whatever, cease and desist order. And these people will be jailed for a very long time. It was not determined like how many, like a set amount of years or whatever, but it said a very long.
For the legal immigrant voting?
Yeah, like whoever.
Oh, I think they should just be like arrested.
And thrown out.
Thrown back. What country you came from? You're back there.
Well, and it may
fingerprints. It's like you're never allowed back in this country.
Yeah, it may end up being that way too. But yeah, that was the order I read, and I was like, "Woo! Because, all right."
I don't want people from outside of Canada voting in Canadian issues.
And I also read. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Nobody has that right. I shouldn't be able to go to like Japan and be like, I'm voting for this guy.
Yeah.
What do they stand for? I don't care. I'll just vote for them.
Yeah.
I'm not a citizen of Japan. No. I should be able to vote.
Yeah. And I also read too that Georgia. Sorry, I was thinking. My brain was thinking a different state for a second, but it was Georgia that has decided that they are going to do like counting the ballots like all by hand, like all manually, instead of running them through the computer system. Oh, and Georgia is one of the key states.
Yeah, hopefully other states actually do that.
Well, apparently I think Georgia is the only one for this time because they said that the other states had already started voting and whatnot, like the early voting.
Yeah.
And so it was too late for them and like they didn't have enough time to like initiate that and hire all the extra people and stuff like that. So they opted out, but Georgia's going for it. So I think that's cool. Good on Georgia.
That's very good. But hopefully all the other states go, this is a good idea. If you see the people on the left, a fair and free election, I agree with you.
Well, that's funny because, the people, it was the people on the left, right? They're saying that, it would allow for error or whatever, like human error and all this stuff. And like, well, okay, so how about the last election when there was computer error?
Yeah. Or in what was it, Michigan, where I think it was Michigan, where they say, oh, this pipe burst and it destroyed all these votes. Then found later, oh, it didn't.
Yeah.
It was a lie. It's like, you don't see anything wrong here? It's like,
nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here. But anyway.
But it's like, if you want that, voter ID.
Yeah.
People say it's left claim it's racist. No, it isn't.
Well, they're doing that this year for voter ID, but it's very easy to get a registration for ID. Like, if you can get an ID card or a driver's license or whatever in the U.S., then all it is one little tiny checkbox on the form, and you're registered to vote.
Yeah.
So
but they say, oh, there's groups that can't get it. No, there isn't. You need to rent a house, you need ID. You need a bank account, you need photo ID. To buy cigarettes, booze, you need ID.
Yeah.
You need photo ID for so many things. Mm-hmm. So why is it suddenly impossible for people to get photo ID for the vote? It's like, you want to get a library card, you need photo ID.
Yeah, well, and they're saying, oh, it's racist or whatever. No, it's not racist.
No, it isn't.
Because you go into any Hispanic or Black or whatever, community, and they still have IDs because they need it for those other things.
Yeah. And it's like, where do you get this thing up? It's racist. Please tell me.
Yeah.
I want everybody to be voting that, are alive still, because you had people.
Yes, there's that.
Like, oh, they died in 1906, but I'm pretty sure they would vote for this person.
Yeah.
But just voter ID, you show up, because I'm pretty sure this is the same in the States. Your work, in Canada, work has to give you time to vote.
Yeah, yeah.
If I think they give you an hour or something.
I don't know.
But
I mean, even if not, the polls are open later in the evening, so you can still go after work. And in the States, I don't know about Canada up here, but in the States, they have the polls open like very early. They have them days, sometimes weeks, sometimes even like a month or two in advance, where you can start your early voting.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like there's no reason you can't do it, and there's no excuse why you're not doing it.
I voted last time. I ended up, I think, getting there around 8 or 9.
Yeah.
It was really late because I think they closed at 11 o'clock.
Something like that,
and
yeah.
It's like there's no reason why I couldn't get there.
Yeah.
And it was just, at the arena, so less than a 5-minute drive.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's according with traffic, but it's like, I went in there, they go, here's my ID, here's a proof where I lived, like some kind of receipt from utilities or whatnot, or internet, my name on this receipt, here's my photo ID, it matched.
Yeah.
I go to this booth, voted, took like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, because, I think everybody else who were voting, because it was like 8 or 9 o'clock.
Yeah, it was late, yeah. Because I went with you. So, yeah. But yeah, I
And we will probably say this over and over again until the election's done. Look into each party, look at the people, what they want to, what they're selling. Educate yourself on these people and vote.
Yeah.
Please vote.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think last Saturday, like 30% of people voted in Canada last time.
Yeah.
30%.
That's really sad.
And it's like, come on, people. If you're legal voting age, please vote.
Well, and I have a feeling that a lot more people this time around are going to vote than what they did last time around.
I sincerely hope so. Or he's talking about Canada.
In both the countries, I was just about to say.
Okay, yeah. It's like,
yeah.
Because you're going to see a massive difference. It's like 30% voted, and Justin Trudeau got in by a small margin again.
Yeah, but I feel like that was also kind of rigged. So
we won't get into that.
And coincidentally they used the exact same systems
Dominion.
that the US used.
I saw like a video. This is so easy to hack.
Yeah.
It's like a child could do it. It's so easy.
Yeah.
Then you could just set what you want the machine to do. It's like, voted for this person. Now half the votes for voting for this person go to the other one.
But you know what's funny though too? The system is called Dominion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I just think it's funny, like who has like dominion over the power of like the world.
Yeah.
You know, I just find that interesting and kind of funny. But
is that it?
I think so. I think we've covered all of our topics for this week. So I guess we will see you next weekend for Rise and Shine. And, like I said, we talk about kind of the current events and whatnot.
Or mostly.
Mostly. Yeah. And then you can also check out our Bible study where we're going through some of the Old Testament, some of the New Testament, probably a little bit of Psalms and Proverbs. It's called Think on These Things, and you can find all of these things on the Paula Passionately Proclaims YouTube channel. And I also have an Instagram and TikTok and Facebook page. You can find me there under, Paula Passionately Proclaims. That was a mouthful. But anyway, every week I struggle to say that. I'm like, but anyway, yeah. So we'll see you next week, and we hope you have a good week.
See you later.
Bye.
Toodaloo.